The 35 at the 36.
You got him! You got him! Ha-ha, you got him!
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And Graham's got it over the middle. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Hey, gun, 6, 11.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They run it with McKinnon, and he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now McKinnon. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Hey, boys, got 4 down.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that...
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top.
Let's go, come on. Crunch. 56, Mike, 56. Over. Stay with your man. We got him.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. He's still barreling through. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A big 27 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. And on the ground they go with a running back. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Draw play, Rodgers to Montgomery. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It was Kendall Donnerson who made the stop on the defensive side.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Let's go, come on. Here we go.
On 3rd down, it's Marshall. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go. Yeah. Hey, Mike.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down. The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Marshall. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, I believe that they were in 4-down territory, and that's what they were thinking. But after the loss, I've got to kick the field goal. No way I'm going to go for it in this situation. But you know, some of these coaches, they're extremely unpredictable, and they may go ahead and press it.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
13.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Play action. Garoppolo. It fights him off. Flushed out right. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. Oh, wide open. Complete. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there for the Niners. 6. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. '49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else. The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
I got you.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Toss play to McKinnon. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He's going to get it running right. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
Forced out to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akella Witherspoon. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. 30, 20, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Jackson now to return. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back.
That script is a good one for them. On first down, Rodgers. Caught right side, Davis. And bulldozing his way through. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. And a nice gain at 21 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Get 300. Get 300.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
When DeForest Buckner was at Oregon, for much of his career, the opposite defensive end from him was Eric Armstead. And everyone wondered about these 6'7" guys. Could they get the leverage? Could they get low enough to make plays in the run game? I think the question just got answered with that one. DeForest Buckner knows how to bend and shed blockers and get upfield.
Jumbo! Hey, 4 down. Jumbo!
Rodgers to throw on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Graham. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Rodgers now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Wide left.
And they'll go on the ground. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Check hot, bro. Hot, hot. Check nine, check wide left. Run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
58.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Zoom.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Flush to, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers have cut it back within a score.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Now Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Garoppolo on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On play action, now Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. With it is Jackson. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Hurry up. Get 300.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And room there to work it inside the 25. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They run a draw here on second down, and he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about to the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Rodgers now to throw. And unsuccessful there, trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here's Rodgers to throw on 3rd down. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And Crosby puts it through, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
180! 120! Go ahead.
McKinnon. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the 1st down marker.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over.
Now Marshall. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Here we go. 58. Ho.
They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
I know you felt that one.
'And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. And Davis with it left side. Got some real estate inside the 30. And a nice gain at 21 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll at least get them inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Let's go, come on. He's checking crab. Kill. Teammate. Looking good.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's go, come on. 56, the mic, boys, 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Crosby puts it through, and they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Jerick McKinnon, 79 yards. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Nice touchdown, baby. Key work.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Here's a toss coming right. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown, as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. Gold now out to kick it away. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time, gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Hey, check 26. Jump out.
Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves them out there with another chance.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, check 26.
He's back to throw. There's the first NFL catch for a name to remember, Equinemius St. Brown. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
Check 26.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Check 26. Zoom. Come on. Zoom.
Rodgers to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Back to throw. Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Here's McKinnon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.